every American is suffering under Bidenomics and suffering under Biden inflation because every family has to go to the grocery store. Every family has to go to the store and provide for their family. And it is a $12,000 annually tax on the American people.
Congressman Steube, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations on your recent appointment as Vice Chair of the Main Street Working Group for Ways and Means.
Thank you.
One of your key tasks will be addressing the impending 2025 fiscal cliff. For our listeners who may not be familiar, can you explain what the fiscal cliff entails and why it's important for Congress to take proactive measures?
Yeah, so Trump's TCJA, his Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, will expire in December of 2025. So, for example, in the Main Street Group, we had a meeting this week, and one of the things that are part of that is the 199A deductions. So if you're an LLC or a small business, which most companies in America are, they're going to see their tax rates go from 21% to 42% if the TCJA tax cuts are not made permanent. We've had testimony in the Ways and Means Committee from small businesses that would be affected by this that have talked about how detrimental this would be to their business. And if you own a small business and your taxes are going to go up by 20%, you're obviously not going to be able to expand locations. You're obviously not going to be able to keep all of your employees, and you're going to have to make tough decisions about where to cut when you have that much of an increase in overhead.
Many families have voiced concern over the impact of Bidenomics on their day-to-day lives. Everything from the cost of groceries to gas to utilities has gone up. What are you hearing from your constituents on how it has affected them?
Yeah, I would say this is the number one issue by far of what's happening, not just in my district, but in America. I mean, you've seen everything from eggs to gas to everyday things that you go and buy at Walmart that's increased by 20%, 40%, in some cases 100%. And every American is suffering under Bidenomics and suffering under Biden inflation because every family has to go to the grocery store. Every family has to go to the store and provide for their family. And it is a $12,000 annually tax on the American people. And that's just a family of four at a median income rate. So that's real money to Americans. And it's all because of the policies of this president and the Democratic Congress coming in to this past, before the Republicans took control, spending trillions upon trillions of dollars and pumping all of that money into our economy, which has caused the inflation that we're seeing.
Inflation is definitely something that I think we're all experiencing. In addition, you've consistently demonstrated strong leadership on veterans issues throughout your career. You're currently championing the Veterans Choice Act, which is a piece of legislation that is supported by both AFP and CVA. Can you share a little bit about the bill, why it's significant to you, and how you think that it will help veterans in our communities?
Yeah, first I want to thank AFP and CVA for supporting this very important piece of legislation that would, in my opinion, revolutionize healthcare to veterans. Right now, veterans are forced into a VA system that is failing them. And in my district, if you're in the northern part of my district, your hospital is Bay Pines. Bay Pines just recently got a CMS rating of a 1-star hospital. That is a failing hospital. Why should our veterans be going to failing hospitals and be forced into a system of a failing healthcare system? So True Choice, this bill would give veterans the opportunity to choose for themselves. If they're in Nashville, Tennessee at a 5-star VA hospital and they want to continue to use the VA to be able to get their healthcare, they can do that. If they're in a district like mine and they don't want to be forced into a 1-star hospital at Bay Pines and they want options, in my district, I don't even have a hospital. Bay Pines is an hour and a half, 2 hours from people that live in my district. The people in the southern part of the district in Charlotte County have to go to Lee County. People in my old district in Okeechobee and Highlands and Arcadia had to go either to Palm Beach or to Tampa. And this bill would give any service-connected veteran the ability to get TRICARE and use TRICARE anywhere they want to go. So any physician that takes TRICARE, which most of them do, and I would submit to you that just veterans' mental health care, those veterans that are calling the VA and getting hung up on, and I've heard from the families of those veterans that have committed suicide, those 21 to 22 veterans a day that are committing suicide, that aren't getting the treatment that they need to be getting at the VA, can go right there in the community and get the mental health care that they need when they need it.
Congressman Steube, we're thrilled to have you as a preferred partner on the Hill advocating for free market principles. Can you tell us what you love most about working with AFP? Specifically, why creating more personal options in healthcare is important to you?
Yeah, I love what you guys do with the grassroots. I love your commitment to the ideals of America and freedom, and your ability to be able to communicate that with your listeners and your members, and then be able to get back to us feedback on where your members stand and the things that are important to them that we're seeing all across the country. I've had a great relationship with AFP for my entire legislative career, from the state house to the state senate and now in Congress. And AFP does an excellent job in taking what the base of America, what the heart of America is feeling, and communicating it to members of Congress so that we can best represent them. I'm proud to support the Access Act and the personal option so that individuals have the ability to have choice in their healthcare.